Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. We're back at the Bauman Family Garden, and today we're going to demonstrate how to plant tomatillos and tomatoes. So a great time to plant tomatillos and tomatoes is about mid-May into the beginning of June here in Portland, because these plants need night temperatures consistently above 55 degrees so that they do not become stunted. We also have a nice overcast day, which is the perfect time to plant. We really like to plant and garden when it's sunny because it feels great to us. It's actually the worst time for our plants. When it's overcast, there is less kind of stress shock at planting time. So Catherine here has selected a beautiful tomatillo plant. This is beautiful and healthy because it's nice and tall. There's no yellowing or browning leaf. So this is a perfect specimen of a plant that you want to get when you're planting tomatoes and tomatillos. So Catherine is going to demonstrate for us how to plant this guy. We're first going to dig a hole in the soil about the depth of what this pot is. So she's going to dig that for us. And really important at planting time, as you can see, Catherine and Lori have filled this bed with really awesome, light, loose, fluffy compost. We're going to apply an organic granular fertilizer directly into the planting hole at planting time. And what is awesome about this fertilizer that she's using is it's very high in calcium and phosphorus, which is what our tomatillos and tomatoes want. Things like bone meal, rock phosphate, lime, all things that are in here help prevent blossom end rot on these types of plants later in the season. So Catherine's going to gently take this plant out of the pot. We're going to look at this root ball here, and this looks really great to plant. There's no root bound. We don't need to tease this apart in any way. It's great to go in the ground just like it is. And then we're just going to backfill that hole with all this fresh, lovely compost. If you don't have a brand new raised bed that's filled with all of this great planting medium, you would want to backfill that hole and mound around it fresh compost. But this is a brand new bed. And tomatillos and tomatoes become huge plants with really big arms laden with fruit. So when we plant them, we always at planting time are going to put their support structures around them. So this is a wonderful example of a support structure. This is a tomato cage that's a rectangle. Catherine and Lori took my advice years ago to invest in the more expensive, bigger, sturdier cage rather than the small tomato cages, and this will serve them well for probably about 15 years before it rusts and falls apart. So, and Catherine and Lori have been growing tomatillos for a while, and how big does the plant usually get?
It gets really big. Sometimes it'll just take over, yeah.
Coming on out of there. And on average, all of the branches are covered in the fruit, right? So they got pretty heavy.
They're lovely.
So what we're going to do now that this is planted, the support structure's in place, whenever we plant anything, we give it a deep watering. And what I mean by a deep watering is we're going to sit here with a watering wand. You can use your imagination and water it in for probably about 2 to 3 minutes. That's really going to help it establish good, deep, healthy roots. And when we have young plants, they are not drought tolerant. They are very sensitive to the sun and warm temperatures. So for about the first 2 weeks, Catherine and Lori are going to be watering their tomatillo plant probably every other day to make sure that it's watered in well. And this is a tomatillo plant, but it's the exact same instructions for your tomato. So thanks for watching.